I know it's different. I got boxes. I have no sheets. I'm moving. So I'm super excited to bring another baby names video to the table today. What I've done is I've taken the top 5 baby names for 2017 in the United States, and I will leave the link to the Social Security baby names website down below. And I've taken a top 5, and I've come up with 3 alternatives for each one. So that means you're getting 15 names today. But I do have rules for my 3 alternatives. Firstly, I have to like it. I can't just suggest something that I think you might like. It has to be something that I also like. But then I also have a rule for each one of my alternatives. One of them has to be between number 50 and number 200 to give you a popular name that's just not as popular. Then I have what I call the sweet spot name, which is anywhere from 200 to 500. So it's just not nearly as popular, but people should have heard of it and most likely know how to spell it. And then I have the more unique names, and those are anything below the top 500. And I know some people will draw their lines a little differently, but those are where I chose to do them for the purposes of these videos. And of course, I'm saying these videos because today it's all about the top 5 baby boy names, but next Friday I'll be uploading the top 5 baby girl name alternatives. Number 5 on the top 1,000 baby names for boys in 2017 was Logan. Logan is a great name. I really see why it is so popular. And there's so many reasons you could potentially like the name Logan. So I asked around, and a lot of what I got as far as why people like the name Logan is that it makes them think of a really strong man because they're kind of associating it with Wolverine. So my first suggestion as an alternative is Maverick. Completely different sound than Logan. It's even a different syllable count. But Maverick is a really tough guy name. Maverick stands at number 85 this year, so it is quite a lot less popular than number 5. 80 to be exact, 80 points. So what do you think about Maverick? Do you think it could potentially be a substitute if you like the name Logan? My second alternative is Griffin. And I chose Griffin for a very similar reason. It's a little bit soft, just kind of like Logan, but it's also a really strong name. And they both sound a little bit southern to me. And the name Griffin itself stands at number 243. Everyone will pretty much have heard of it and know how to spell it, but you're not likely to have multiple of them in your Griffin's classroom. And the last alternative I'm going to suggest for Logan is Lachlan. It has a very similar sound. You're just kind of replacing the G sound with a K sound. And Lachlan stands at 740. You are not likely to have another Lachlan in your kid's class. You're just not. Assuming you like the L sound or the O sound, Lachlan could definitely be a good alternative for you. The number 4 baby boy's name this year was James. A classic name, has a nice J sound, has a J at the beginning, which has been very popular lately. And my very first choice as an alternative was Edward. Again, completely different sound, right? But they're both very classic boy names. They're soft but strong, and they're also both royal names. So if you're a fan of that side of James, you might actually like Edward. Or Ed or Eddie, if you want to soften it up, or even Ned. Edward stands at 169. Everyone knows how to spell it. Not nearly as common as James. My second choice for an alternative was Hayes. It has the long A sound just like James, and it also has the trailing S on the end. So it combines a lot of the sounds in James, but it doesn't have that hard J at the beginning. And it has a longer history than I think most people realize. Hayes, as a given name for a boy, this year stands at number 409. Not exactly number 4. And the last suggestion I'm going to make as an alternative for James is Jerome. It has that same kind of hard J sound at the beginning. It's a strong classic man's name. And it stands at number 857. Way less popular. But you'd be surprised how many people have heard that name and can spell it just fine. So what do you think? Could your potential little James be a little Jerome? You could call him Jerry. That actually sounds super cute. The third most popular boy's name this last year was William. Another royal, strong, classic baby boy name. We know what we like. And the very first suggestion I have to replace William is Wesley. I love the name Wesley. I think it's phenomenal. It stands at number 111, which makes it a lot less popular, but pretty much everybody has heard of the name Wesley and can spell it. My next alternative for William is Beckham. It has that same ending sound. You get a cute nickname. Instead of Will or Bill, you could have Beck. And Beckham, I don't know, it sounds a lot different to me. I'm not gonna drone on too much about it, but it does stand at number 284, making it quite a bit more unique than William. And lastly, I have Wilson. You could still call him Will, and honestly, you could probably still get away with Bill if you want that as a nickname. But Wilson stands at number 638. It is a derivative of William, and I think it sounds even more handsome. The second most popular boy name in the United States in 2017 was Noah. Noah is a strong name, but it's also kind of soft. It has religious ties. It has that really trendy O sound. There are a lot of reasons you could like the name Noah. And unintentionally, all of my suggestions for replacements actually all start with an N. Didn't quite realize that while I was making this list, but hey, it's done. So my first suggestion is Nolan. This time you still have that no, instead of Noah, you have Nolan. A little bit different, but it stands at number 67. Most people have heard of it and can spell it. So much less popular. I've said that for all of them. I'm just gonna stop that now. Just gonna stop that. But Nolan is strong but sweet, just like Noah, and I think it could make a great replacement. My second alternative is a Noel. Noel is great. The only hitch I could think of for Noel is that if you live in a community that's quite French, they might be tempted to pronounce it Noel, because Noel is spelled the exact same way as the French holiday for Christmas. But Noel stands at 386, and as long as you don't live in a very French community, that's not going to be a problem. It's Noel. And the last suggestion I have to replace Noah is Nova. Now, Nova is a unisex name at this point, but I honestly love it for boys. And it's a really strong identifying V. You still have the and the no sounds. You're just shoving a V sound right there in the middle. Nova. I think it's brilliant, and it stands at number 918 for boys. That's crazy. It's a great name. I love it. It's kind of on my list. Shh. And number one baby boy name in the United States for 2017 was Liam. Liam is a great name, but at this point, there are a lot of Liams. So let's look at some alternatives. The very first alternative I have is Gavin. And I did try and experiment with it, but I think if you like Liam, you might actually like Gavin. It has a very similar feel to it, even though it's a lot of different letters and sounds. And it stands at number 96. So let me know what you think of Gavin. Have I gone a little bit too far from Liam in trying to find that one? My second option is closer to Liam in sound, but further away in popularity. And that's Killian. Now you're adding that extra syllable and changing the final letter, but otherwise, Killian. It's number 249, has the same origin, and I think it's just as handsome. And my final name for this video, and last replacement for Liam, is a little bit different. It stands at number 974, and that's Simeon. Not Simon, Simeon. And I think it's such a great name. I genuinely love it. Let me know what you think of the suggestions I've made. Have I missed a mark? Did I suggest something that you think really works as an alternative? What other alternatives would you recommend to people who love these names but want something less popular? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and I will see you all in my next video. I look forward to talking about names with you in the comments and about the alternatives to top 5 girl names next week. Bye!